Good morning. Sorry I'm late. Totally slept in. Had a middle of the night wake up with Emma. That always throws things off. Classic. Oh yeah. Right. On time. But of course. Okay, I just want to test fit everything and make sure we're looking good before we jump into the paint. Remember we sculpted the kind of the sky background effect there last time. Okay, let's see. Let me get the dragon on here. It is indeed Blue Dragon Day. I got confirmation that the lights for this are out of customs as of this morning, so I'm guessing by next week we should have them. Big chess piece? Wait a minute. What's with Kickspin being really bad with connecting with Restream? Oh no, it did update. You probably just had to refresh. Yeah, we're good. I really like how this turned out, this effect here. Okay. I'll have to countersink the L bracket in. Do a little bit of woodworking. Okay, so I think what we can do now is focus on just painting the dragon. It works. It's a blue dragon. Blues and like yellow is how it's been depicted. To check if there's an actual D&D description. I mean, it's called a blue dragon, so it's definitely got to be blue. Okay. Need to go hunt down some paint first before we can jump in. Paint. Actually, you know what? Let's look at what colors we need first. Let's see. Kind of like a sandy yellow and blue. Seems to be the general appearance. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Canonical colors of the blue dragon: cobalt blue or electric blue. Blue dragons are described as having bright, vibrant blue scales, often resembling shimmering cobalt or deep azure. Secondary figures: horn, a large, prominent horn on the snout, usually a darker blue or even a bluish black. Eyes, typically glowing blue or lightning colored. Okay. Sometimes white or pale yellow, emphasizing their connection to electricity. Wing membrane, slightly lighter or translucent blue. Belly scales, often a paler blue or silvery blue compared to the main body. Mouth and tongue sometimes depicting a faint glow or crackling electricity when they speak or breathe lightning. Okay. Lots of blue. Yeah, but I've seen depictions of the underbelly being more of like a tan khaki yellow. Same with the wing membrane. I think we're gonna go with that look. Right. Gives it that oceanic vibe too, you know, like sand and water. Okay. So we'll probably start with a darker blue and work our way up with dry brushing because of the way the texture is. So whatever the darkest blue is, we'll paint that on first, and then dry brush lighter and lighter. Do some washes with some various different tones, maybe purple, maybe a little bit purple. We'll see. Okay, and then khaki tones for the skin. Okay, I got my bucket here. I'll go grab some paints. I'll be right back. Gouache for the win. right. Paint stash pillaged thoroughly. Now, I have quite a few pearlized blues, which gives it like a sheen, you know, like a pearlized type of look that maybe we want to experiment with. Maybe. But I do think I will do at least the base color with a dark metallic blue. Just have a feeling that would work. Sparkling blue. That's blue with some bubbles in it. Okay, but I should probably get some fresh paint water. Oh yes, it's looking very good. Right back. Okay. Let us begin. That sparkling blue. It's like a really dark, subtly metallic blue. I guess the idea is that it'll be like this kind of little bit of a sheen coming from it, but since it's the very bottom layer, not all of it will make it through to the end. So. Cloud. Really make sure we work this up into the underside of all those scales. Finger flower. Sounds interesting. What's that all about? A flower where the petals are fingers? I actually quite like how that looks. Nice. Hey, what's up, Web? Good morning.
Hail, noble ally. Please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Holy schlamazel. Hey, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the 62 months, my friend. Me too, Web. Me too. I appreciate that. Got some magic mushroom for you. Off to a good start. Embrace the unknown with courage and curiosity, for it is in the unfamiliar that we find new paths to growth. That is the truth. Undoubtedly, 100% the truth. Let me see if I can fix this really quick here. Oh, that didn't really help, did it? Danidao. This is a DnD blue dragon. It's from the DnD realm. Thanks a lot. Thanks for sticking with me, Paulie. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support. Right, because if we don't do our thing, who's going to do it for us? Nobody. And it won't do itself. This is the sparkling blue from Reaper Paints. It looks really nice. It's technically a metallic. Looks really nice. I could even see after we do our highlighting going back over with like a unifying coat of this. What's the thing you do, Paulie? I'm curious now. If you don't mind me asking, of course. Painting minis for D&D. Oh, perfect. Yeah, keep doing the thing. Hey, well, thank you very much for coming in and saying that, Airman. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have confirmation that I'm on the right track, right? That's all it takes. Consistency and the right mindset for growth. Over a decade. Well, I make custom sculptures. I don't do minis. Usually larger pieces. So this is a dragon that I sculpted first, and now we're painting. It goes with this. It's a whole scene from D&D. Here's the bottom part of it. Ooh. It's quite a different project than what I'm used to working on. I love these kinds of challenges, though, to to create something so elaborate, but to do it in a way that's also still a wall hanging piece, So the client of this project is getting it made for his D&D room. He's got a room where they play their D&D in. It's a very iconic scene that had happened in their campaign. And, so he commissioned me to bring it to life. I've always used the camera, yeah, always. You know, a funny thing is, if you have a camera in your face for over a decade, it starts to not even be there. It's strange. It's what was the word of the day yesterday? I already forgot it. It's a part of the human ability to get used to anything. If you're willing to endure. Now, like I said, I feel weird when I don't have the camera in my face when I'm working. Inured, yes. I inured it long enough that it's become a part of me. Really make sure we get into all those little nooks and crannies. There's quite a bit on this one. No, actually, funny thing, as time progresses and technology gets more prevalent, it makes me want to stay doing what I'm doing even more, because it'll become a lost art form, and I think it just becomes more even wanted by people wanting work. Yeah, it's all hand sculpted. Everything's hand sculpted. Even the little boat here. Okay, we need more paint. Yeah, I mean, it's my industry had already shifted before I even started my quest as a traditional sculptor. That sculpting industry already went through its shift from traditional medium to, or from traditional to digital. So, and I chose, even back then I chose to do traditionally. At the beginning, out of necessity, because I just didn't have the means to produce anything digitally, anyways. But now that 3D printers and all that stuff's available, I could go digital, but yeah, I'm not going to. In fact, I'm going to keep it as traditional as possible. Because you have to also realize that it's not, a lot of my decisions aren't just based on the work itself, but also the stream. Because the streaming is very much a big part of what makes, the support I get from the community is a very big part of what makes this all work. So I don't think you guys want to watch a 3D printer sit around and print all day. So much more fun to watch a traditional process. Yeah, right. I mean, there's been improvements in the material for sure. the original clay being earthenware or ceramic. Polymer clay isn't as modern as you would think, though. I think it was first polymer clay was invented, was it in 1960 or something like that? Pretty farther back than you would think. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Like resins and stuff like that are not a material you want to be around all the time. You know, I think if you're gonna do 3D printer, you need to do like an outside garage setup, you know, for your printing, not a room that you're sitting in with it all day. You know, it's not the short term exposure of things like that that gets you. It's the day in day out stuff, you know, that goes unchecked. Yeah, I think it was. Let's see, when was. Oh, even earlier, 1930s. Polymer clay was first invented in the late 1930s. It emerged as a result of wartime shortages and was initially used for doll making. German doll. Kathy Kruse developed polymer clay as a chemical byproduct. She used it to make doll heads and mosaics, eventually selling it as Fifi Mosaic. Oh, okay, it was Fimo that emerged in 1965. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. They're the first kind of big brand. And Sculpey started to be developed in... Sculpey's been around a long time. Holy... 1967. Resin schmesin. I have a side of me like that too. They're decent things, but there are certain things. My issue with resin exposure isn't that I'm afraid to get hurt. I'm actually afraid to get allergic, and then I can't use it anymore. That's the worst thing I've seen, is that if you're in contact and around uncured resin too much, some people develop an allergy to it, where you like break out in hives or get a huge rash if you're even in the room with it. And then if you do need resin for a project or something with resin in it, now you can't use it at all. So without consequences. So when I learned about that, that's when I was a little bit more careful with resin, because I like using resin when I need to. You just need to learn how to harness real water next time. No sweat. Yeah. Not as bad as oil paints giving you cancer. Yeah, and the solvents dealing with oil paints and stuff like that. You know. I'd say out of all the like art forms, the type of work I do is actually very non-toxic, believe it or not. It's wood, aluminum foil, wire, polymer clay. Pretty much it. Oil paints are that toxic? They can be. They certainly can be. I watch this paint lady on TikTok. She talks about old toxic paints a lot. Nice. I have a theory that the main reason for outing lead paint, like wall paint, wasn't because little kids were eating paint chips, but actually because it was disrupting Wi-Fi signals and stuff like that. It was a big power play move by the tech industry. It's like, ah, man, none of our stuff works. All these houses are painted with lead. Yeah, bunch of painted Faraday cages, exactly. Like, all right, we need to tell them something to get rid of the lead paint. Just tell them the kids are eating it. Think of the children. Classic move. Art talk. My the place I look at artwork is actually Instagram. My algorithm's pretty good over there. Checking out epic sculpture and paint work. It was probably when people started DIY stripping it off and breathing it in. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean that's when it becomes a problem. When the wall is painted with lead, it's not a problem until you do something to stir it up or make it airborne. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. When people started remodeling their old homes and whatnot, kind of like asbestos. No, we'll sprinkle some of this nice asbestos texture on our paint to make it look more dynamic. Some dude in the 70s. Yeah, right. Oh, really, Manimal? Okay. Just getting... I mean, if you do artwork and you do it, a lot, quite a bit, that's when the types of materials that you're around and how you act around them should be at least a little bit of a concern, I think. I was definitely a lot more reckless when I was younger, but thankfully I did no any lasting harm or nothing. Yeah, right. You sand one thing here and there, or like, just sanding a little bit or something like that. It's not something to get all crazy about, but yeah, if you're sitting there doing some like 8 hours of sanding, that's when it's like, okay, let's get ourselves a nice little dust mask here. Or, certain things I'll use the Dremel tool for. Actually, I'm pretty good about putting the Dremel or putting safety glasses on when I use any sort of power tool or rotary tool. Not a drill, but definitely the Dremel. Get a little piece of metal shot into your eye, high speed. Not very good for future art creation. It was probably the foam dust. That's funny. That's another reason I love this material. So cast clay, when you sand it or when you Dremel it or tool it in that way, it doesn't produce any dust. No dust made. It actually acts kind of like how an eraser acts when you erase something on a page, where it kind of crumbles into these little eraser chunks when you sand it. No dust. Dust free. Paint this whole inside area too here. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Usually when you get into the trade guy mentality, they don't care about no safety stuff. Oh yeah. Just like the symmetry of the shape itself, like the basic shape at the. Which part are specific, or are you on the shoes? Probably on the shoes. It's the struggle of the symmetry that teaches you to do symmetry. Embrace your learning, my friend. Right, yeah. What ends up happening is you're naturally going to find yourself paying very close attention to the steps that you do on the previous side. And the better job you do at matching the steps that you did on the first side, you know, like really meticulously, you know, like make this shape, then push it into that shape. Or make the first shoe, cover with C1 separator, and duplicate. Boom, done. That's cheating, don't do that. It's good to use the tools to like do symmetry like that, but we also gotta learn how to do it by hand. 2 left feet. Well, actually, I don't think the robot has a curve in the shoe, so it technically is symmetrical design that could be duplicated. It's also the fact that your when you do the first shoe, you're just loose and you're just designing what it's going to look like without any care for anything else. When you do the second shoe, you're not designing anymore, you're just duplicating what's already there. So it's just a different kind of working. There's also a hand-eye coordination growth going on there too, where you add the exact amount of clay you actually need to add, and not too much or not too little, because you'll have a lot of that where you're adding too much and then you're having to like remove some, and then you're adding too little, and you just feel like you're kind of going back and forth, not really getting anywhere. It's totally normal. As a newbie, though, my shoes have curves. Oh, well. Then you must proceed with the symmetry sculpting. I I have a Minotaur recently finished. Let me go grab it for you. That one we finished last week, and we'll be finishing up Morgoth this week too. Let me go grab it. I need coffee anyways. I'll be right back. All right. So this is a Minotaur we finished. Yeah, it's a huge one. Let's see. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, it turned out. Let me Yeah, the dirt turned out really good too. There's my logo. Just some small things that need to be done still, but pretty much done. And then the missus has been working on the blue dragon here. Let me show you. Oop. Or the class dragon, sorry, not the blue dragon. I think that side doesn't have that much work. It's this side that's mostly. Yeah, looking really good. Yeah, she's really been getting in there and doing a lot of highlighting and shading of each of the scales. If I can get this wing to come up. I like this little color shift from the purple up the feet there. Coming along. Yeah, and this like highlighting from the bottom of the wing going up. That's all really nice. The way she dealt with the eyes looks really good too. You can see a lot of the colors even better in the overview camera, which is interesting. All right. I'm gonna go get these back over to the painting department and then we'll get back to work. extra space in the kitchen. No, it's the missus has her desk over in the living room. That's the painting department. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you work together with your partner, ultimately you end up having to work together with your partner, whether it's through artwork or kids or whatever, you know. That's the whole idea. Working together through life, right? There definitely was an advantage, I think, for us because we started off working together on artwork, and then, you know, just having Emma, having a kid, is essentially working together. So we were kind of already in that lockstep. Definitely helped. Yeah, she just turned 5. Quality office cubicle space in your living room. Yeah, it's kind of like that, actually. It's kind of like a cubicle in the living room. But Emma's workshop and Ina's workshop are in the living room. Oops. All right, hey DJ, how you doing, my friend? Lurking it up. I have a meeting to go to at 10:30. That's like 40 minutes from now. So I will end the stream and do the meeting, but once it's over, I'll come back. So it'll probably only be like a 40 minute break, I imagine. It's a good meeting, we'll say, a very good one. No, this is our Wednesday piece, so this will be worked on. This has been worked on Wednesdays until it's done. Yeah, I do this full time. Was it the new kits that they came out with? Decent things. They designed a new kit, like a monster kit. Oh yeah. Jones has been scraping all the zeroed out cosplay. Oh, I see. It just wasn't that much. I guess I can see it's just like an intro. It's like an intro kit, you know, not something, you know, you just need to buy like you're the type of person that just needs to get with a big old tub because you already know you like the stuff. That's more. I bet the kit's target market is like people that don't even know about monster clay. Turquoise and fairy beige. You know, you can mix clays just like you mix paint for color too, Jones. So if you can get a hold of like some black cast clay, you can turn any of them into gray. Or at least like a more muted neutral tone. Some black shimmer. Sounds like a type of drug. Got some of that black shimmer. Yeah, it makes sense for, I mean, the type of work you're doing. You're working with colors, so. Oh no. Well, now you know. Yeah, mix it. You can mix it just like paint, really. That's the way it reacts. And technically, you can even mix like powdered pigments and stuff into the clay, even if you don't have the. If you had some powdered pigment, you could mix that in too. But once you start adding stuff like that, it can start making the clay leave color traces behind, which is not always the funnest to work with. Get your fingers all dirty. Oh, you like this color? Just gonna randomly paint something of Morgoth's shimmering blue. Give him one blue pauldron. Lovely little hard to reach spot behind the horns there. Oop. Just have to keep rotating, make sure we got all these little under scale areas covered. Elenin? I'm saying that right? Elenin? Hey, welcome. Alan. Okay, that works. Who? I'm from the Quad Cities in America. The land of rivers and eagles. So cosclay is a material that it's clay you sculpt with, and when you're ready for it to be finished, you bake it, and when it's baked, it's flexible like rubber. See that? You can even make little detachable pieces and stuff. But yeah, it's super durable. Really lets you make some really things you normally wouldn't be able to make because it'd be fragile. You know, like this guy's arm here. So this is also cosclay with liquid cosclay with cotton here to create a nice little torn shirt effect there. Off to a meeting? All right, Jones. Yeah, I gotta go do a meeting soon too. So if you rejoin, I might be gone, but I'll be coming back right after the meeting, so. Return with your shield or on it. Yeah, I like it a lot. A very advantageous discovery. The research and development department has been doing really well lately with new processes. Actually, the sail of the ship here was done using liquid cosclay and a piece of tissue paper. Look at how nice that looks. And then when I painted it, I painted one side, I painted the brush strokes going this way, and on the other side, I painted the brush strokes going that way, which created the kind of canvasy crosshatch look when the light goes through it. Yeah. Another discovery. Really, it's just the combination of liquid clay, medium, and fibrous materials. Okay, let's see. I think the face is blue too, but let's just paint these blue. But I might paint the kind of the skin part different color. NSP. Yeah, I use Chavant for project sketches, mock builds. Maybe on the chin too. Yeah, I don't use a microwave. You can just use an oven set to a low temperature, like 170. That's what I usually do. Or you can make a heat box, which is just like a tinfoil lined cardboard box with a heat lamp bulb in it. Summer? I'm quite enjoying the kind of cooler weather we got going on right now. Personally, a little bit cooler, no mosquitoes. 55? Yeah, that's good. I think it's a little bit warmer over by me. You got that lakefront weather. Enjoy it. You'll be missing that cooler weather soon. It'll be hot dog breath air before we know it. Oh, nice, Alan. Turkish. I have some nice leather shoes made in Turkey. One of my favorites. All right, Alan. Or not Alan, Airman. Sorry. Hey, thanks for popping back in, my friend. Catch you later. Yeah, you're doing good there, Alan. So far, so good. All right, I think we got everything pretty much covered here. What, tomorrow? Tomorrow? Do you think you could shoot me an email with the details for that? Can't really answer you right now. I'd have to look at what I got going on and all that stuff, so. Info@cnotbusch.com. Okay, I think, let's see. Type it in for you. That's the email. Can you message me on Discord? I prefer email, if you can. Because of the daily, like, adding to Discord badgering scam going on over on Kick, makes me hesitant to add anyone on Discord, especially if they're asking in Kick chat. So. I have a question about working with cosplay. When you're making your initial piece, how often are you firing? Often, Mason. Pretty much as often as you can. So like you'll build the character in like sections, layers, you know, where you do just the shoe, and then you bake it, and then you do just the, you know, the knee and the leg, and bake it again. Your haven of peace. Well, good to have you, animal. It depends. No, there's no baking too much. There's no baking too much. But as far as like how often and when, that just kind of takes experience to kind of figure it out. Usually it's like build up the basic shapes, bake it, and then do like a layer over those basic shapes of detail. And then you just work through the character one section of detail at a time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just makes it so much more comfortable to work on, so. Yes, there's LEDs on this one. Yeah. We have a rope light. Oh, okay. So I have to go off for a bit, ladies and gentlemen. I have a meeting to go to. It shouldn't be too long, and then I'll pop back on. So come back. I'll be probably about 30 or 45 minutes, I would imagine. So, and then we'll continue. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to raid out. I'm just going to end. And that way, for those of you that just leave the tab open, I'll just pop back up for you. So I'll end, and then we'll go from there. All right. See you in a little bit. Bye-bye. We must sing as so sing me a song, my